Yo, what is going on guys? Jack here and welcome back to episode 4 of Ruining Manchester City here on Football Manager. Hopefully you guys are good. Got something for you guys today. It's the end of the season, it's the end of our reign of terror, I guess you could say, on the league, and to mark things off we had to unsubscribe from the Premier League and the Champions League because those aspirations have now left the Etihad. So yeah, this is the last episode where I will be in charge of the team. We have played all the games this year. I'm going to be resigning. We've been relegated. In the end, our biggest defeat of the season was... Where are we looking? Where are we looking? It was here, 72-0. And it is worth noting that we managed to get one more goal in the league as we lost 69-1 to Sunderland. Just looking at the league table so you guys can see, we finished bottom of the league on 0 points. The teams who came down with us both had goal differences above 90, which isn't too bad. And if we look at the overall league table, you can see we scored 2 and conceded 2,214, of which 129 were against West Ham. So, all in all, a pretty good year. Also worth noting, West Brom got 4th, so congratulations to them. They've got our Champions League spot, basically. And I hope they use it well. So anyway, this episode is just an end-of-season live-com kind of thing where I want to talk about what's up. But I do want to quickly show you guys the fact that I have now got the tactic that we've been using on this save on the Steam Workshop. So if you want to download this for yourself, see if you can optimise it any further to kind of get more goals conceded or whatever, I'll put a link down in the description. All you need to do is sign in to Steam on your web browser. You hit the big green subscribe button once signed in on the item and it appears, and if you want to leave a nice comment or whatever on the workshop item, it is greatly appreciated. I have got a video that goes into detail about how to download items, so I'll leave a link to that as well down in the description. But anyway, yeah, let's have a look at the squad. Who performed well? Well, looking at the average ratings, the worst average rating was Henry Muggeridge, the club's record transfer. Average rating of 2.66 for him. He is a right back who's 166 centimetres tall, who he played in goal, but I don't know what I was expecting for £200 million, really. A little bit more, perhaps, just a little bit more. Looking at the squad as a whole, it's destroyed for all intensive purposes. There's a few players who I can't get rid of, Mangala and Fernando, which is a shame because they're out on loan, but they have got agreements as part of their kind of transfers that they can leave for a set fee to the clubs they're loaned to. Speaking of which, I have got rid of a lot of more players because new transfer budget for the end of the year and all that jazz. I decided to release a load more players and then give away a few others as well, and we made some money here and then we immediately reinvested it in Steve Good from Witham. We've signed the 35-year-old for £200 million over 30 months. And also Williams here, who I kind of felt like we were lacking a goalkeeper. So we signed him for £200 million too. And then on the outs, we got rid of a load more players. As you can see, a few big names. Caballero, we let him go on a free. He was too good. He was too good. If we look at the team as a whole and I highlight everyone, how many players did we get rid of this year? 85 we got rid of, so we did quite a good job there, and our total spend was £731 million. So well played, boys. Looking at our finances, we have £81 million in the bank. That is not going to last very long at the rate we're going. We do have £7 million transfer budget, but because of the wage budget that we're on, and the wage budget that were over by £400,000, I can't actually spend that on anyone, and they won't let me readjust it because of Championship financial fair play. Fortunately, the chairman doesn't want to leave just yet, so I guess that's a silver lining, isn't it? Right, so obviously we have been relegated and we have got the yearly wage rises. So they are going to play havoc to what happens here because the amount of money that Manchester City spend is about to go through the roof. So, I feel like we've done a good job here. I'm going to continue once more, which is now going to continue us into the next season, I do believe. And I want to show you guys the yearly wage rises because they do have quite a profound effect on our financial situation. And I also want to look at our transfers and kind of all the expenses, I guess, that are going to be being played this year. So, looking at it, our season expectation is to attempt to avoid relegation. Of course, this doesn't matter because we are resigning this episode, but whoever gets the mantle, at least they've got realistic expectations. They will get £23 million parachute funds. Well, that's good. obviously players' wages went up. So if we look at the total wages, we now suddenly have a load of players on £425,000. What is our total wage expense now? Okay, £5.1 million a week is being spent on wages, and the wage budget's £3.4 million. So that's looking pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with how over budget we are there. And then if we look at the transfer history, not history, clauses, then look at the outs. Gary Elphick, we are paying Lewis £2.7 million for the next 48 months. Steve Good, we're paying Witham £6.6 million for the next 30 months. Henry Muggeridge, £4 million for the next 42 months. And Williams, we're paying £6 million for the next 30 months. So in total, we are going to be giving out around roughly £20 million a month to very small non-league teams because we're kind and that. So we've got £20 million a month going out on that. We're spending £5 million of wages. So by my calculations, we're going to be spending at least £40 million a month, which, if you do the maths, that's £480 million being lost on a monthly basis. And actually, my math isn't too far off there because the predicted balance is £448 million. But all in all, we've done quite a good job, I feel, in our time in charge. So it is time to resign. I will join you guys in just a second because what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to holiday to the kind of start of the season. And we're going to take things from there. So I'm going to resign and retire. Excellent. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to go on holiday to the start of the season and we're going to see what Man City do, I guess. Who's going to take the job because no one's going to want it. So yeah, I will join you guys in just a second. Okay guys, so we are back here at the start of the season after, I guess, the night after. Who is going to be the man to take the reins? So I can tell you now, if you can't read in the top right, it's Zinedine Zidane. And just a reminder right now, if you haven't already, smash the like button. Let's see if we can get, I'm trying to think of a reasonable amount of likes. Let's say 750. And I'll try and get another episode up for you guys tomorrow of the end of this season and all that jazz. But anyway, let's have a look at the damage and how it's been dealt with by Zidane. So Zidane's come in. Of course, he will have been signed from Castilla. He's not a bad manager, but I don't think the best manager in the world could really deal with the situation at hand here. Actually, looking at it, it looks as if they've attempted to make some transfers. So, a few big deals. Luke Young joining Man City. They've definitely upped their game. They've decided, hang on a minute, we actually need to sign some players for certain positions. So they've got him in. We've got Daniel Bentley here. So they've signed a goalkeeper, which I have no idea why a goalkeeper's been signed. There's a few players here. I can't say there's many names that look familiar. Some of them actually look quite good for the Premier League. But I don't know how they're going to be able to afford these players, if I'm honest, because, I mean, where's the money coming from? They can't get rid of the other players, or at least I don't think it's going to be possible to get rid of the other players. I guess they sold Negredo for 20 million, so that's probably where the money for these players comes from. But this is not sustainable spending. At the end of each year, I will add myself as Man City manager so we can look at the financial chart. But just so you guys can see here, if we go to the finances in the real-time editor, they have £33 million in the bank. I'm pretty sure when I resigned, it was more than double that. So they're losing money very, very quickly. They've still got the sugar daddy for now. I do wonder how long it might be before he gets fed up and leaves. But all in all, I mean, it's doable at this point. There is a chance that they could stay up and that Zidane might be able to do something more with this side because I couldn't get rid of all the reserve players and I didn't want to stay for longer than 1 year. So they've got a few relics, I guess, of the first team to maybe do something. But I do think the money could become a massive issue at Man City because players are on rather ridiculous contracts. And if we look at their reserves, I can't imagine it's going to look much better. No, it's not. When you've got 5 goalkeepers in your reserves on pretty much the largest wage in the world, you're going to struggle. In fact, if we add a wage filter, are they the highest earning players in the world? I'd be amazed if they're not, if I'm honest. Although I can't even filter them, can I? Because this is my short list. Jack, you failure. Anyway, we're going to wrap things up there. Leave your predictions for how Zidane's going to do down in the description. Of course, players like Fernando's still there. Kevin Austin still vice-captaining it up, aged 42. I'm glad to see at least one of my changes stuck in the side. I'm going to say that I'd be amazed if they can get promoted, but I think they might. I mean, realistically, it shouldn't happen because of the finances, and they could get docked a load of points, but I'm pretty sure Man City are going to be exempt from financial fair play for the first 3 years because they got relegated. But time will tell. If anyone knows the FFP rules, leave them down below. As I mentioned at the start of the video, or rather in the middle of the video, if you have enjoyed, smash the like button. If we could get 750 likes, that would be incredible. Your support on this series has been amazing. You guys really seem to love something a little bit different and a little bit fun. You know, it's a bit of a laugh at the end of the day. It's not so serious, but the descent has begun for Manchester City, finishing rock bottom in the Premier League. As I said before, leave a comment, predict where they will finish. If you win nothing. So there's that. What more motivation could you need? Next episode will be up tomorrow if we hit 750 likes. Other than that, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.